Welcome to Blueprints Planning for Training and Assessment Explainer. What planning should be done for training and what assessment is needed? Firstly, consider training. Although the TA course focuses on VET, training could also be done to meet changed organizational work roles, improved performance standards, changed policies and procedures, or because of new products or equipment. Remember, vocational training is focused on meeting the needs of the workplace, so training should always result in a better workplace outcome. Secondly, in VET, all assessment is done to ensure the requirements of each UOC are met. This then leads to a competent or not yet competent result. In the workplace, however, assessment is simply done to check new understanding or improved practice. It may be extensive, example, if a license is required. Or it may be a very simple observational check, for example if a new process is required. The learning program provides the basis for a cohesive and integrated learning process covering both the training and assessment. Written and agreed to by all stakeholders, it should cover all items necessary to ensure that learning is productive, effective and efficient. In VET, we often call the learning program a training and assessment strategy or TAS. What should we include in a learning program? In a broad sense, any learning program should identify purpose of the learning, target group, their needs and characteristics, outcome to be achieved, program and learner flexibility, resources, delivery and assessment methods or requirements, scheduling of training and assessment. The purpose of a learning program is a critical first step. Why does it need to be designed? For example, job role change, industry change, professional development, legislative change, licensing, WHS. What should it achieve? Work skill, knowledge or attitude change, VET qualification. Who will be involved? Students, trainers, managers, human resources, external parties, for example government. The learning environment should consider if training and assessment is on the job or off the job. What else do learners need access to within the training environment? Equipment, materials, people. Materials can be specifically targeted to an industry, for example a retail store, but they can also be targeted to a specific organization, for example Coles. Remember, the learning environment must always be a safe environment, physically and psychologically. The types of learners should influence the design of the learning program. Knowing the capacity of the learners, for example existing skill or knowledge level, LLN issues, cultural issues, special needs or learning styles, will enable adjustments to be planned into the learning program, often preventing frustration and promoting more confident learning. Adult or early learner learning principles should also be considered. Learning resources such as manuals, policies and procedures, work method statements, new legislation or standards are often readily available in the workplace. But the chunking and sequencing should be done by a qualified trainer, as this will support optimal outcomes. HR, marketing or subject experts are also good sources of content. In VET, resources and materials are often commercially supplied or are under copyright. As mentioned before, breaking the content into learning chunks and sequencing ideally should be done by the trainer according to the scope of the learning program. In VET, sequencing is often dictated by the Training and Assessment Strategy, or TAS, and each UOC has already mandated requirements. Commercial considerations, time, budget, availability of learners, equipment, materials access and need for completion, also apply. Review must take place before proceeding with the learning program. This ensures that all stakeholders are in agreement and are ready to proceed. In VET, this is before the task is submitted and before learning commences. Learning programs are a critical part of the workplace. Wherever improvement or adaptation is required, new learning will underpin workplace success. Whether the learning is informal or if it has a VET outcome, planning and review of learning programs are needed.